Then I wake up and it dawns on me that I'm lying in my room on the sofa and that at the window in the armchair is the dead old woman. I quickly turn my head towards her. The old woman is not in the armchair. I gaze in the empty armchair and I'm filled with wild joy. That means it was all a dream. Only where did it begin? Did the old woman come into my room yesterday evening? Perhaps that was also a dream. I came back home yesterday because I had forgotten to turn off the electric stove. But maybe that was also a dream. Either way, how great is it that there is no dead old woman in my room and that I don't have to go to the building supper and fuss with the corpse. But wait, how long have I been asleep? I looked at the clock, 9:30. Must be morning. Good. What doesn't happen in dreams? I dropped my feet down off the sofa, about to stand up, when suddenly I saw the dead old woman lying on the floor behind the table by the chair. She was lying there face up, and dentures that had fallen out of her mouth bit into her nostrils with one tooth. The arms were turned under the torso and were not visible, and bony legs in white dirty wool stockings stuck out from under her hiked-up skirt. "Come back," I yelled, and running up to the old woman, kicked her in the chin by my boot. Her dentures flew off into the corner. I wanted to hit the old woman a second time, but hesitated to leave marks on the body, or else they'd later decide that it was me who killed her. I backed away from the old woman, sat down on the sofa and lit up my pipe. About 20 minutes passed like that. Now it was clear to me that no matter what, the case would be transferred to criminal investigation and the pea-brain detective would charge me with murder. The situation was turning out to be serious, and then there was the boot to the chin on top of it all. I walked up to the old woman again, bent down and started examining her face. There was a small dark spot on the chin. No, they couldn't raise a stink about that. So what? Maybe the old woman banged herself on something or other while she was still alive. I calmed down a little and started to pace the room, smoking my pipe and mulling over my situation. I'm walking around and around the room, and I start feeling my hunger more and more. I even start shivering from hunger. Again I fumble around in the little cupboard where my provisions are kept, but find nothing except the piece of sugar. I take out my wallet and count the money. 11 rubles. That means I can buy myself some ham and bread, and there is still be some left over for tobacco. I straightened my tie, which had gotten beaten out of shape over the course of the night. I take my watch, put on my jacket, walk out into the hall, slowly lock the door to my room, put the key in my pocket and walk outside. First I must eat, then my thoughts will be clear and I will undertake some kind of action with this carry-on. On the way to the store I get this idea. Why not drop in on Sekerdon Mikhailovich and tell him everything? Maybe together we can come up with something sooner. But right away I reject this idea because something must be done alone, without witnesses. There was no ham at the store, so I bought myself half a kilogram of sausage links. There was no tobacco either. From the store I went straight to the bakery. At the bakery there was a big crowd and a long line formed for the cashier. I made a face, but got in line anyway. The line moved very slowly and then stopped completely because some sort of sin had occurred at the cash register. I made a face as though I knew nothing about it and gazed into the back of a young little lady who was standing in line ahead of me. The young little lady was obviously very curious. She craned her little neck right and left, and once a minute she would get up on her tiptoes to get a better look at what was going on at the register. Finally, she turned to me and asked, "Do you know what's going on over there?" "Sorry, I don't," I said as dryly as possible. The little lady spun around in all directions and finally again addressed me. "Do you think you could go and find out what's going on over there?" "I'm sorry, I'm not in the least interested," said I even more dryly. "It doesn't interest you," explained the little lady, "but you are being held up in the line because of it too." I did not reply and only bowed slightly. The little lady looked me over carefully.